Michael Hogan, writer. Michael Hogan, born 1943 in Newport, Rhode Island, is an American author of 26 books, including 2 collections of short stories, 8 books of poetry, selected essays on teaching in Latin America, 2 novels, the critically acclaimed Abraham Lincoln and Mexico, and the best-selling Irish Soldiers of Mexico, A History of the Irish. He received his B.A. and M.F.A. in creative writing from the University of Arizona and holds a Ph.D. in Latin American Studies from the University of Guadalajara and the Institute of Advanced Studies. Dr. Hogan was the recipient of a PN Award, 2 Pushcart Prizes, and National Endowment for the Arts Fellowship, the Benjamin Franklin Award, and the Gold Medal of the Mexican Geographical Society. His work has appeared in many journals, such as the Paris Review, the Harvard Review, Z Magazine, Political Affairs, and the Monthly Review. Besides being a writer, poet, and historian, Dr. Hogan is also the former director of Latin American initiatives for the College Board and a special consultant to the U.S. Department of State's Office of Overseas Schools. Hogan has worked as an humanities department head for 14 years in American schools abroad and as a professor of international relations at the Autonomous University of Guadalajara. He has given workshops and presentations at conferences in the United States, Canada, Malaysia, Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil, and Argentina. He currently lives in Guadalajara, Mexico, with the textile artist Lucinda Mayo and their dog, Molly Malone. Reviews. Writing for the American Poetry Review, Sam Hamill noted, Hogan's poems are virtually free of the ego and fake emotion, the public posturing, and self-regard that infect so much recent poetry. For Hogan, to undertake the poem is to undertake the possibility of radical transformation. The humility and compassion of his poems warm me when others leave me chilled. His 2 texts in this genre, on the Irish Battalion during the Mexican-American War and on Abraham Lincoln and Mexico, have both been influential in the field. In reviewing the Irish Soldiers of Mexico, Hans Vogel of Leiden University noted, "This book is sound military history, taking into account both major currents of the discipline as it is now being practiced." About the intrinsic merits of this fine, passionate monograph there can be few doubts. Finally, as a monument to the San Patricio, Lincoln's stature as a force for political equality and economic opportunity, and his opposition to slavery, which Mexico had abolished in 1829, made the American leader a sympathetic figure to the progressive followers of Juárez, who was inaugurated as President of Mexico in the same month and year, March 1861, as Lincoln. Megan Lange, writing in H-Net Reviews, urged educators to use the book, noting, "It is an excellent resource for use in the classroom, specifically at the community college or survey level where students require an introduction to events but then also have a chance to review and analyze the primary source documents for themselves, made far easier." Works. History and historical fiction. Guns, Grit, and Glory, How the U.S. and Mexico Came Together to Defeat the Last Empire in the Americas, 2020. Abraham Lincoln and Mexico, 2016. Abraham Lincoln, Why Mexico? Spanish edition, 2017. The Irish Soldiers of Mexico, 1997. Los Soldados Irlandeses de Mexico, Spanish edition, 2014. Molly Malone and the San Patricios, 1999. Molly Malone, Why Los San Patricios, Spanish edition, 2012. Essays and other nonfiction. Living is No Laughing Matter, a primer on existential optimism, 2020. We never know how high we are till we are called to rise. 15 5-minute speeches for induction ceremonies, 2016. Newport, A Writer's Beginnings, 2012. Teaching from the Heart Essays and Speeches on Teaching at American Schools in Latin America, 2011. 12 Habits of the Creative Mind, 2011. Intelligent Mistakes, an English Grammar Supplement for Latin American Students, 2011. A Writer's Manual for Inmates in Correctional Institutions, 2011. Savage Capitalism and the Myth of Democracy, Latin America in the Third Millennium, 2009. Mexican Mornings, Essays South of the Border, 2006. Poetry, In the Time of the Jacarandas, 2015. A Lion at a Cocktail Party 35th Anniversary Edition, 2013. Winter Solstice, New and Selected Poems, 2012. Imperfect Geographies, 2011 and 11. Making Our Own Rules, Selected Poems, 1989. The Broken Face of Summer, 1981 and 81. Risky Business, 1978. Rust, 1977, T7. April, 1976, 1977. Letters for My Son, 1975. If You Ever Get There, Think of Me, 1975. Fiction, A Metaphorical Piano and Other Stories, 2013. A Death in Newport, 2011. In addition, his work has appeared in dozens of anthologies and textbooks.